I probably have bought 200 blenders in my life in the restaurants that I worked for, and most of those blenders were about 350 watts. This is 5 times the power of those blenders. Why? Because it does such more. It's not just for mixing drinks. It's not just for making your frozen cocktails. It's for food preparation. It does so much. Everything on this table that's in front of me right here, we actually created using the Blendtec blender. We made the sauce and we made the dough for our beautiful margarita pizza. We made the dressing for our delicious salad. We whipped up our quiche. We actually made soup right in the Blendtec blender as well. Desserts, cakes. If you like to do your own flour, like to make your own nut butters, you can do that as well. Maybe you like to make your own muffins. This thing is so amazing. It's going to take the place of so many different appliances in your home. If you've got a blender or a food processor or a mixer or anything that's going to take care and mix and incorporate things into food, like it's already done. And I didn't have to hit any buttons. It has its own brain inside, so it knows exactly how to be able to work all these different things. I love that. Never even touched it. Come on over and I'll show you the colors, because we've got the most bright and wonderful and cheery colors for springtime and summertime. And don't wait. Get it now while you can. So if you order today, here's all the colors, and I'll tell you what you get. This is called pomegranate, which is kind of that deep sort of reddish purple color. Looks like beautiful pomegranate, right? So this is one color. This is gray, which goes with any kitchen. Love the gray right here. This is called orchid. Orchid is brand new, and orchid you will only find here. There it is right there. Orchid you will only find here at HSN. It's exclusive to us. We also have it in seafoam, which is one of the most popular colors. That beautiful, beautiful greenish blue color. That's been very popular. And then we also have it in black. Everybody that orders is going to get the 90-ounce WildSide jar right here, which this thing is huge. So this has great capacity. In addition to that, you're also going to get the 37-ounce twister jar. We're going to talk about what you're going to utilize that for. Of course, there's your lid. There's a spatula. And also, we're going to give you the twister jar recipe guide from Blendtec. The owner's manual gives you all the instructions. And remember, Blendtec's website also has loads and loads and loads of recipes because they're going sort of paper-friendly, so you can go online and you can get all those recipes as well. So all this is included, everything that you're going to need to get your stuff going and to get yourself mixing and blending and whipping and doing all the things that you need. Casey Savage is here. I'm so excited to see you. Welcome to our show. Thank you. This has taken the world by storm, and this is not our first opportunity to bring it to you here. It's been selling out ever since we brought it here. I think it's a bunch of reasons, but number one, obviously, is to be able to do all the things we're doing, you have to have a lot of power.
You do have to have a lot of power, yeah. This has tons of power. You talk about restaurant business, yours had 300 and some.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking about 1,600 plus watts of power. This is a just Goliath in the kitchen. And you can see that we've got some innovations that no other blender has. Blendtec engineered and pioneered the square jar. Why is it square? Because round jars don't mix ingredients. Square jars create friction. Boom, boom, boom. The ingredients bounce off, go straight down. We also have a blunt blade, which I will talk about in just a little bit. But here's the key. I'm not even going to add water to this recipe. That's how powerful it is. So I'm going to put in pineapple with the core, grapes, cantaloupe with the seeds. If you did this at home, and actually that's a fun challenge, if you've got one of those blenders collecting dust that you never use, this is not that blender, but you can try and put it through the same paces. Orange, kiwi with the fur, fur fuzz, whatever.
Is it all going to just be? It's all going to be incorporated.
It's all spinach, because you know if you're green inside, you're clean inside. Have you ever heard that? Pop,
little ice.
Pop the ice on top. This is a 90-ounce dry or raw ingredient capacity. So I am loading this up. When the weather finally becomes nice and sunny for us, imagine the patio drinks you can make when you've got a 90-ounce capacity on here. Pop it on, and here's the Blendtec magic. And you talked about this right out of the gates. The pre-programmed settings. Engineers of Blendtec for over 30 years, almost 40 years, have engineered Blendtec blenders to give you perfect results. So whether it's batters and dressings, whether it's frozen party drinks, or ice drinks like, your slushies or whatever it is, your smoothies, ice cream, whole juices, hot soup, or anything in between. There's your pulse mode. It looks like a little heartbeat. So all I do is press one button and I walk away. But here's what I want you to pay attention to. Right now, it's in slow purr mode. But watch what happens. It's going to pick up the pace
Whoa.
And it starts to grab. I didn't touch a thing. So when you get this at home, it's not possessed by some sort of a weird...
No, it's got a brain.
Yeah, exactly. It's way smarter than I would ever be if I was doing this myself. Almost every blender out there has dials and knobs, and the guesswork is all up to you, right? Like, I don't know, how do I get the perfect batter or dressing or smoothie or whole juice? Blendtec blenders know what to do. You just need a finger to press that button and fill that jar, and it will shut off automatically at the end of that cycle. It's about 65 seconds for the perfect whole juice. You've got the fiber, you've got all the goodness in that whole juice, but what you won't have are lumps and chunks and bumps and clumps.
No, it beats everything up and it gets everything down so it's nice and smooth, including the seeds. And remember, some of the key nutrients are in those seeds.
Exactly, exactly.
Right?
So now we're using it to show you that you can replace that juicer at home.
So excited.
That juicer that maybe you used last week and you're still cleaning it,
trying to scrape stuff off the blades and
the pulp out of the nooks and crannies. Okay, look at this. I'm going to give you a slow pour. Do you see? Where's the kiwi fuzz? Where are the cantaloupe seeds? Where are the strawberry greens?
One homogeneous, beautiful, and green. Remember, green's good, right? Green's healthy. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, you drink
all those
this.
Fruits and vegetables.
You drink this. Ooh, that's a tall pour.
Yeah, I'll give you the one. I'll give you the tall one. You can have this.
I've got to go in close for this. I'm not even moving this one.
That's unbelievable.
That is exactly what you pay top dollar for.
It has the sweet. It has the tart. It has. You can taste.
So good.
I mean, it's not like you can't taste the spinach, but you can. You know that it's in there.
Yeah.
But it's got such a bright flavor. I mean, this is the way to start your day, everybody. And for as little as $49.99 on FlexPay, we're the lowest price anywhere. And look at what our retail value is. I mean, this is $200 off what HSN's price is going to be. And you see machines out, this big, powerful machines like this on the market, $500, $600, $700. $2.99. It's a one-time special that you can pick up. This is phenomenal. So
delicious. There's that saying that, food is life. Well, good food, it makes for a better life. And everything you use your Blendtec blender for is real whole foods. It's not processed. It's not from a box. It's not filled with sodium. I've got nuts. Well, first let's talk about the fact that this blender is NSF certified. What does that mean? National Sanitation Foundation. So everything with a Blendtec blender is commercial quality. This isn't kind of like what the tens of thousands of restaurants and smoothie shops and coffee bars around the world are using. This is exactly what they're using.
In designer colors.
Exactly. Blendtec doesn't dumb down, a consumer quality product. They live and breathe blenders. In fact, the original viral YouTube videos were with Tom Dixon, the creator of Blendtec, over 1 billion views, where he blends iPhones, golf balls, marbles, rakes. He's crazy, and I will not be doing any of that for you. I'm gonna stick to nut butters, but it just speaks to the power of a Blendtec blender. So here's that little twister jar. Easy way to remember when you're gonna use that, and it's included in the package today. If it's thicky or sticky. That's how you know when to use
Obviously,
this.
so things that are going to make a butter, like I think you've got honey roasted peanuts in here.
I've got honey roasted nuts.
I just discovered honey roasted cashews at my store. Imagine how good that would be, right?
You can do any kind of nut in here for a nut butter, hummus, etc. So I'm just going to use this easy touch 8 speeds along here with my finger, and watch this.
I'm drooling just watching because I know you're gonna. Are you gonna put this on?
18 seconds, by the way.
Are you gonna put this on like an apple or a pretzel?
Oh, is there anything better? My personal fave.
Can I smell it first?
Yeah, you can smell it. My personal fave.
Oh my gosh.
Granny Smith apple. Here's a little tip.
Wow.
That was only 18 seconds. The longer you blend it for, the smoother, the gooier, the runnier, the warmer. You can do chunky, you can do smooth, but here's what you can do. Control what you're putting into your nut butters and not pay an arm and a leg at the grocery store getting those fresh, natural nut butters. Cashew butter, almond butter,
oh my gosh,
hazelnut.
It's warm. I know. It's still warm.
The worst part about this for me is that I have limited sampling abilities while talking to you all, but it looks so good.
That's unbelievable.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to do something.
And you do this at your house?
I do. This is one of my kids' favorite recipes. I made a dark...
My son is 17, he'd flip out.
Oh, you'd eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm a nut butter addict.
Wow.
And I'm proud to say that, actually.
So good.
My name's Casey, and I'm addicted to nut butter. That's the first step.
Yeah.
I want you to look at this for a sec, and I'm gonna ask Guy to do something that you would never do with any other blender but Blendtec. Can you put your hand in there and touch the blade?
Here,
Number one, it's fixed to the blender.
Here, I'll hold it by the blade.
But more importantly, it's not sharp.
So tell me why is that? Because most of the blades that we see are razor sharp, they're dangerous.
They're all razor
I always tell
sharp.
people be careful when you put those things in the dishwasher because you can cut yourself.
Exactly. Blendtec does not have a sharp blade, they have a blunt blade, and here's the reason why. Engineers discovered that sharp blades compensate for weak motors. When you've got a motor this powerful, picture it like a sledgehammer to ice instead of a little chisel.
Right.
If you've got a sledgehammer, you are going to pulverize those ingredients so fast. In fact, I want to show you something pretty cool. I've got just rice. And you know what? I'm just going to put a small little handful. It's actually below the blade. That's what I want you to see.
Yeah, I was going to say, how's it going to reach?
It's under the blade. If you did this with your blender at home, and I encourage you to do that if you don't have a Blendtec, because let's just face it, it'll be funny to see that nothing will happen. But here's what happens with Blendtec. Watch this. It grabs those grains of rice from underneath the blade. That's how powerful a machine this is. 3 peak horsepower. That blade goes up to 300 miles an hour. On the airplane I came in on, checked the info screen, it wasn't even going 300 miles an hour.
That is so impressive. And what we've just made, rice flour?
Rice flour, so now it's a grain mill.
You know, it makes sense when you think about it. If you wanted to smash and pulverize something, you wouldn't use a knife.
No.
You'd use a hammer.
Exactly.
And basically, that's what this does. It hammers down everything so fine into a powder that it breaks it up. And that's important with, anybody that reads about nutrition and knows things about, I'll give you an example, flax seeds. Flax seeds, if they're not crushed and broken, are useless. They basically go right through your system.
Yeah.
And they just come out. You know what I'm saying? But if you break them, there's nutrients that are inside the little shell that's around that are released when you use a machine like this. Your regular blender can't do that. It just kicks them around and then you wind up swallowing a whole and they do you no good. So.
Yeah, or if you buy them pre-ground as flax, it goes rancid so quickly. So now you get to do
that defeats the whole purpose. That's like buying your peanut butter already made. It could be on a shelf for 4 months.
Yeah.
And you're like, why are there preservatives in my peanut butter? Why does it have to be held under a vacuum? Well, because it's old. And this is fresh and new.
It's all about fresh, The great thing about a Blendtec blender as well is you have the peace of mind of knowing it has an 8-year warranty. I've done the math. I've got teenagers. I've got 3 boys. I could be a grandma in 8 years, and my Blendtec blender is still under warranty, and I got it about 8 years ago.
And in the industry, let me just tell you this, and as long as I've been here at HSN, I don't think I've ever had another product that's got an 8-year warranty. It's just only people that want to stand behind a company or stand behind a product would do something like that.
And who are those people? Well, it's 400 families in Orem, Utah, work at Blendtec's facility. So every time a Blendtec blender is sold, you have the peace of mind of knowing from top to tail, right down to the power cord, everything is made in Orem, Utah. So you're supporting jobs right here in America, and you've got that quality. This is what the pros use, it's what the smoothie shops use, and that's why I'm making a smoothie for you right now, because although we've done a whole juice, a nut butter, we use it as a grain mill on the rice to turn it to rice flour. You're gonna wanna use it as a smoothie maker. That's probably one of the top uses. But what's the point of investing in a cheap blender if you have to replace it every 2-3 years or never use it?
I would replace my restaurant blenders. Now, granted, they get used a lot more, but I would replace those probably once every year, once every 2 years, which I thought I was getting a good deal out of.
Yeah.
But with this 8 years of operation, hey, really quick, before you pour that out, I want everybody to look at my drink. You made this about 5 minutes ago. Notice what's not happening. That incredible separation, that incredible froth this drink is it's still good. I mean, look at it.
It is, yeah.
I mean, that's the power of this thing.
Tons and tons of power. Check this out. I had frozen strawberries in here. You're not going to see a frozen strawberry hunk fall out of this smoothie. We've got banana, we have ice that we added too. So whether you're doing frozen ingredients or whether you're doing, just fresh from the fridge ingredients, the power and capacity of this blender is life-changing. Imagine picking up on one appliance that replaces 8 in your kitchen and you don't have to think about it conking out or failing on you. 8-year warranty, made in America.
Look at the top of mine.
Doesn't it look
look at the
so
consistency.
good? I saw that.
Zach will find it. Let me get my cards out of the way.
It's so silky and velvety and delicious.
Look at how beautiful that is.
Oh, I'm
Here's the
jealous.
other one, and
Give
you
it
can
a
see,
sip.
look. I mean, our producer Rob just said it actually looks like you put dairy in here.
Yeah,
and
it
you
looks
didn't.
like a milkshake. It actually has nothing but fresh fruit and water.
Now you're confusing me because I don't know which one I like better. So what I'm gonna do?
Look, you got pockets. You can put one.
Nah,
you can start storing it.
I'll drink them at the same time.
I want to show you a hot soup now because you know what? Let's face it. In some parts of the country, you're still buried under snow. So let's show you the versatility.
How are you
of
gonna
soup.
make hot soup?
Hot soup. Hot soup with no heating element. With Blendtec, anything is possible because you've got the power, 3 peak horsepower. So whether you're doing, you talk about dairy, what about non-dairy? The fact that you can make nut milks with this because it has 3 peak horsepower. But you can do your hot soups without a heating element because after 3 minutes, it's called friction. Friction heats things up and gives you those results. How about a grain mill? Whether you're using it as an ice cream maker, a soup maker to make your batters and your doughs for breads or for desserts, you also have the ability to do straight up ice cream as well, and I can't wait to show you that. It's all about one appliance, and by the way, fits on your countertop. This is a huge deal. We had a lot of questions last night. 15.5 inches high, all together, sits under your cabinetry. You don't have to take it apart. So it just looks so pretty. The biggest, toughest decision is the color. Here I've got fresh apple, fresh onion, fresh carrots, and a little bit of vegetable broth, and some salt and pepper. We are doing a carrot apple soup, and I'm talking about raw ingredients. These aren't cooked carrots. We don't have cooked apple in here. Pop the lid on top, power it up. See that little steamy bowl of soup right here? Give that a touch. Walk away and do your thing. And in 3 minutes, you have perfect, delicious, restaurant quality soup. Imagine even using the pulse mode for like a fresh gazpacho when it's hot out.
Oh my God, which is one of my favorites. Or any, because you can do cold or hot soups in here.
Vichyssoise,
I
whatever it is.
love potato soup. And the difference is just how long you blend it.
Exactly. This soup cycle is intended to heat it to 101 degrees. So if you're a raw foodie, all the integrity is there as well.
You want to see a guilty face? There's a she just came in and she stole the other green smoothie. Yeah, you, Valerie. She's a thief.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
It's so good. Oh my gosh.
Okay, now imagine we've got the hot soup over there, but we can also do ice cream in this as well. How? Imagine your typical ice cream maker where you have to, you get all excited, you want to make ice cream. It's like, now chill the reservoir for 24 hours.
To go in the freezer.
Yeah, so you're eating it tomorrow, in other words.
You can make half as much, and by the way, in those ice cream makers, this capacity is double.
Huge.
Right.
Protein powder, a little bit of cream. You could do non-dairy in here if you want. We have some orange extract. And then this is ice cream, okay? Keep your eye on this. Avocado. Yes, you saw that right. Cabbage. I love how, by the way, Guy's the only one in all of my years.
I love cabbage.
All of my years
I
that
love
goes,
it.
cabbage ice cream. That sounds terrific.
I know.
Carrots?
I was like, I hope it tastes just like cabbage. She's like, no, it's going to taste like delicious ice cream.
It's going to taste like
not everybody
creamsicle.
is weird like you, Guy.
Yeah, not going to taste like cabbage. But imagine telling your kids, hey, do you guys want ice cream for breakfast? And knowing that they're getting, a few of their daily intake.
I would crack up if my little kids were eating cabbage and ice cream and they didn't know. I'd be like,
they won't know.
Right.
Power it up.
So where's the ice cream setting?
Right here. It's that little soft serve with the swirl and the cone.
Okay.
Give it a press, and then you and I are going to go over here. We can walk away. That's the best part about a Blendtec blender.
Yeah.
Is you walk away and it does its thing and shuts off when it needs to shut off.
Well, and listen, we walk away obviously because this is over 1,500 watts of power.
Oh yeah.
3 horsepower. That's probably more power than you have in your lawnmower outside. Okay.
Yeah.
And a powerful engine makes noise. If you drive a powerful car, it's not an electric car. It makes some noise. And to me, I know it's working and I know it's power.
Yeah, if you want a blender that's virtually silent, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You know what else it's not going to do besides make noise? Not blend.
Yeah, and find a blender that's battery powered. And listen, I'm all for all that, trying to help the environment, but we got to get this done, and we're actually saving energy because this works so fast.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to scoop this out. Oh, do you hear that? My soup's ready too. Soup's ready.
It's steaming that soup over there. Oh my gosh.
I know. You can't actually make soup in less time. So I need you to try this ice cream. You're always going to get a soft serve, hence a little soft scoop, but you can put it into an airtight container in the freezer if you want to. So give that a taste, because honestly, the flavor is ridiculous. Tell me what that tastes like.
Tastes like a creamsicle.
It tastes like a creamsicle.
That is so good.
You would sit down and eat 2 bowls of that.
And I like the little texture that's in there. It's delicious. Yeah. So obviously, if you wanted less texture, you just keep it going a little bit longer. Keep it going. But I think, let me have another taste of that. Tastes like a creamsicle.
It tastes like, and check this out. I'm going to lift off the lid.
From cold to hot.
Do you see that? You get that little bit of steam coming off. Don't forget, if you're, there it is. If you're a raw foodie, good news. It doesn't heat it past 101 degrees, which is a big deal. And can we talk about the color of this soup?
You have to, now, first of all, the color.
Is store-bought carrot soup this color? Not even close.
It smells like when Mom makes vegetable soup, like the whole house, you know, that veggie smell.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
So good.
Right, and normally if you see color, you know, first of all, if you see something that's red as a crayon, you know it's either probably got preservatives in it or it's probably got food coloring in it.
And you want to avoid, this is honestly, nothing can be better than nature, right? And this is nature's absolute finest here.
Go in.
Don't forget I put raw ingredients. That's what I'm most impressed about, is the fact that you just open up that crisper in the fridge.
All right.
Is that good?
Here's what I'll tell you. I was in the restaurant business for about 18, 19 years, right? And one of the ways that I would tell that my chefs had talent is I would say, when we were hiring chefs, I'd be like, make soup. Because there's a real skill to making soup. It's really a challenge. A lot of chefs can make anything in the world. They have a hard time with soup. That is like a chef made it. The only thing I would add, because I'm a salt freak, a little bit of salt, just because I like, but that's the beauty.
We did not, because
you didn't put, I can't believe you didn't put any salt in there.
Well, if there's probably a little bit of sodium in the vegetable broth that we use,
but that's
if you want to add your salt at the end, here's something no doctor's ever said. You know what you need more of? Sodium. Like,
when we were kids, so funny because we were kids. You know, the coaches would give us salt tablets. We were low there, and like we don't. You know, now you realize you don't need any of that stuff. But you thought that's what kept you whatever. But you can. The nice thing is having the control to add as much or as little as you want.
Exactly. So here's that twister jar again. Pine nuts. We've got some garlic, some olive oil, a huge handful of delicious basil, and I've put some avocado in there. Watch this. In about 15 seconds, I have creamy pesto sauce to top pasta. It's going to be delicious. Give it a whirl. Seconds. I was off by a couple of seconds. That's how fast it is. Give that a sniff.
I smell everything.
Am I hired, chef?
I'll smell a Christmas present. When I get it, I actually do. I'm like, ooh, it's got a lovely, fresh, new smell. That is so fragrant. And look at the color again, too. Look at that.
This Blendtec blender will replace 8 different appliances in your kitchen, but it doesn't mean that you'll only be able to make 8 things. You'll be able to use your imagination, take your favorite recipes, watch all those inspiring cooking shows. What do you think they're using? How do you think they get those incredible results?
Exactly
right. Let me just pour this on for you.
Remember, it's usually industrial restaurant kitchens that have access to products like this.
Yes.
And you've got it at an opportunity with $200 off our regular HSN price. The retail price is even more. And what I love too is that everything that Casey is making, notice it's literally putting things in a container and hitting a button.
Yeah, raw ingredients.
That's all it is. And raw is so good for you. And a lot of you shop in some of the very expensive health food stores, and you know that organic vegetables and fruits are expensive. You can't afford to muck that up. You're not going to with this, whether you're making smoothies or sauces or you're making dressings, like the best mayonnaise you've ever made. Imagine making your own mayonnaise for pennies instead of buying a jar for $4 or $5. I mean, I went and bought like a sizable jar the other day. I'm like, it's like $5.50 for like some of the dressings.
And it doesn't taste anywhere near as good as homemade.
No.
Okay, now this is something brand new that you can pick up on. It's called the Go Jar. It's the launch here at HSN. So any of you, tens of thousands of you in the past year that have picked up on a Blendtec blender, or if today is the day you want to add to it. We've got this incredible little go jar. So basically you just twist the lid on top, pop it onto the base, and you've got your little jar to go basically for your own.
Take it to work, take it to the office.
Exactly.
Obviously.
It has a storage lid, so you get your custom blends. But here's something really cool that my kids love. You know those plastic disposable cups? I want to show you something really neat here. So pop that in. I'm going to add a little bit of water. You don't even have to get the go jar dirty because you can pop it in, just drop it into the top. This is honestly, I've had so much fun with this at home, and my kids have too. Power it up. Set it onto the base, and we're just gonna get that drink going. You're blending it in your own little disposable cup. You could literally tell your kids, hey, you guys wanna start your own smoothie business at the end of the driveway this summer? And you've got your little disposable cups.
Yeah. Done.
I'll stop it early so that you can see, untwist that lid. So don't forget, you can use the go jar on its own, or you can use that little disposable container. Here's your straw. And I love this. Boop.
You're ready to go.
How is that? Is that not awesome?
All right, I got to tell you, already over 600 have already been spoken for. It's a huge customer pick on hsn.com. It's only $49 to get it home. You have our 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. And by the way, if you've never shopped with us before, we break up the payments to make it a little more affordable for you out of the gate. This is the machine, the type of machine, or the actual machine that smoothie shops and restaurants are using.
Yeah.
And what we decided was, you know, people can not just use this for smoothies, they can use it for so many different things. Soups and dressings and all those different things that we talked about. If you're making sauces for pasta, if you want to make bread doughs, things like that, you can do all that using this machine, and it's only $49 to get it home. Again, the colors, I want to go through those just really quickly in my head for you. So it comes in black, it comes in orchid, which is a brand new color and exclusive to us. It comes in pomegranate, it comes in seafoam green, also exclusive, and then it comes in that slate gray. Everybody gets the 2 vessels. You get the big, large Blendtec jar that comes with it, 90 ounces, and you get the 37 ounce jar as well, which is the twisty jar, the twister jar. That's included as well in the spatula and the recipes, all that. 3 horsepower motor and an 8-year warranty.
Love that.
Nobody gives, I mean, some people will do a lifetime warranty. But an 8-year warranty, that's a tangible 8 years. So I'm not even gonna say how old I'll be.
That's better than most cars.
It is, no, because you get 3 years or 5 years with most cars. So they stand behind it. If you have any issues, the Blendtec company is amazing to deal with as well. Made in the USA in Utah,
Orem,
right?
Utah. In Orem, Utah.
I think I've been to Orem.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Like the mountains, it's just so gorgeous there, and 400 families are working hard to create Blendtec blenders. Now, here's the big deal, and I'm reading your minds at home. Some of you are saying, what about ice? Like, let's just cut to the chase. Can this do ice? Because you know what happens with traditional blenders? You smell that burning smell coming from the motor as it struggles to tackle ice. I'm just gonna fire this up. I put in rock hard cubes of ice. And you know what we've got as a result? Canada, look at that. Is that not unbelievable?
That is awesome.
But I want to show you the consistency. Guy, come in close because it's hard to see on white. This is actual snow. This is not granules.
I just came back from my ski trip in Vermont where it snowed, and I will tell you that's exactly right. That'll pack like a snowball. It's not little ice chips, which is what most blenders do. Because remember, most blenders that are out there use a sharpened knife to cut things, and that just slices things. It takes forever for it to get powdered down. This is the blades are actually blunt and dull. They pulverize and smash just like you would with a hammer. Because a knife, you don't use a knife for breaking things down and pulverizing. You use something more like a hammer.
Yeah, this is like a sledgehammer to your ingredients. So I was one of those people back in the day that shelled out a few $100s on just a machine to make margaritas. I was in that mode that summer until I had too many, and then I didn't use it anymore. But if you want to...
Well, it's one thing. I mean, granted, a lot of people are dying for that margarita, but then you put it away for 6 months, and then you pull it back out praying that, you know, it'll get warm soon. This is for any time of year. This is realistically, this is an incredible food processing and liquid processing machine.
And look at the perfect results on these margaritas, because when it comes to margaritas, you know people are a stickler for the absolute perfect shave of ice, and there you have it. How gorgeous is that?
And you can see This is almost like, it has like almost like how custard reacts. You know what I mean? Look at it. You don't see any chunks in there. Do you see that?
No.
I mean, you can spread it. Look at how pretty that is, right?
Yep, perfect,
Imagine how
perfect.
that's just gonna melt on your tongue. It is gonna be amazing. $200 off today. We are getting very busy. It always takes about a half hour in our shows with Miss Casey here. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, you know, I don't buy blenders. I don't really want to get a blender because then I have this big clumsy thing and all I'm gonna do is make frozen drinks with it, right?
Yeah.
This thing, to me, that's one of the last things you're gonna do with this. What you're gonna do with it is you're gonna use it as your daily food processing machine. And again, it doesn't take up a lot of space. It takes up less space than most air fryers.
Oh, it's got a great little footprint on it, and that's why, here are the reasons why people are obsessed with Blendtec blenders. Number one, the power, the innovation, the engineering. The fact that it has a square jar, the fact that it has a blunt blade and 3 peak horsepower. Anyone who loves technology, loves engineering, loves a Blendtec blender. But for the foodies out there, you're getting those perfect restaurant quality results, but not at the price tag of those other super high-end blenders, even though this is in the same league, believe you me.
Yeah.
So here I'm doing a carrot cake smoothie. This is kind of my homage to Easter coming up, the carrot cake smoothie. Smell that. If you...
It smells like carrot cake.
Oh my gosh, if you went to...
Now I'm dying of that because let me tell you, I'd eat a piece of carrot cake out of the garbage can. I mean, that's how good.
I'm a carrot cake lover myself.
I would prefer it, you know, but I mean, you know, like the Seinfeld episode with the eclair, I would totally go in. All right, so
Give that a sip. If you went to your favorite smoothie shop and they happen to have a carrot cake smoothie on there, can you believe that?
It's so good.
Everything is
so good.
You might actually never leave your home again when you get your blend. Well, except to go get the groceries to make these incredible recipes.
But let me tell you the difference.
I love what you're leaving behind.
No, because
here.
if you watch what I'm doing, watch. You want to watch this? This is what I'm doing.
Can we get a third one in there, do you think? How talented are you?
That combination is killing me. It's so good.
So good.
But the point I was making, you know, I mean, think about it. I mean, the whole idea behind this is to be able to do things yourself, to be able to empower yourself to make things that maybe you'd only see in a fancy restaurant, right? Like I said before, but you're doing it yourself and you can do it every single day. Whether it's to start your day with either a frozen coffee drink or something else, whether you're doing a frozen iced tea or whether you're making a batter for pancakes, whatever it is, morning until night, you can utilize this. It's not gonna be a one and done. You know, you buy a toaster, it takes up this amount of space and you use it for toast.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it does.
Here I've got my best ever Blendtec brownie recipe. Can you imagine? You know, it's such a pain when you think, oh, I want to make something from scratch. It's going to take so long. I threw the ingredients in there with the melted butter and you've got perfect brownie batter.
You see what
You know what? It's too thick.
That's all right. But I would, you know I would drink. And you would, don't look at me like you wouldn't drink the brownie batter.
And the spatula, by the way, comes with it, so you can lick the spoon, and it helps to scrape down those sides perfectly.
The sad part is, it's probably one of the best things I've had right now. It's so good.
It's so good.
And you know what? The key to it, from my cooking background, the key to a good batter or dressing is mixing it properly. You don't want it to break on you. You don't want the ingredients not to be incorporated. It's so funny, people don't realize the importance of blending well.
Yeah,
right?
and it's key. You go to a restaurant, you're like, why can't I do this at home? Whether it's a bechamel sauce, whether it's that homemade soup, whether it's that perfect, you know, ground topping on top of your favorite recipe. Maybe it's that graham cracker crust. Whatever it is, from baking to appetizers to everything in between, you can do it with your Blendtec blender, including almond milk. Almonds.
It just shifted gears. Did you hear that?
It's so, and when it does that, it's doing that on purpose. So we've blanched our almonds, took blanched almonds, let them soak overnight, pinch of sea salt, pinch of vanilla, and look at this.
And you just made almond milk.
Fresh, chilled, cool,
which I actually,
frothy.
Yeah, look at it. I've acquired a taste for this, actually. I'm such a milk fan, but I was like, this stuff is freaking awesome.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. But can you do this with your blender at home? No, you cannot.
Yeah. It's so
Isn't
delicious.
that gorgeous?
You know, I can see how people would think that was milk. It's unbelievable.
So good.
All right, so we are gonna shift sides because we've got so much to show you. We're halfway through the presentation. I encourage you to take the opportunity and buy one of these. And you know, Casey brought up a really good point earlier. Yeah, there's other machines on the market, and they're wonderful machines. Don't get me wrong. They're $600. That's what this is. If you want to go spend that money, that's fine. If you've got that kind of money to spend, then go ahead. But I'm telling you, why not go with Blendtec? Why not go with an American-made company? It's the same power. It's the same features. It's a wonderful small company that does such a great job. It's about half the price at only $2.99, and you can do so many different things, from your dressings and your smoothies, your coffee drinks, your desserts, your soups, your batters, all that different stuff. Okay, we're gonna update you on our colors that we still have available. Black, excuse me, black is selling the fastest. So if you want that, well, it goes with everything. So black's selling the fastest. If you'd like that, remember, we have it available for you. We also have it available in this, the Seafoam. Now the Seafoam is exclusive. You can only find that here, as well as the Orchid, which is a brand new color and an HSN exclusive, and nobody has this yet, okay? So we have that one, and I love that great color. It's almost like a grapey color. It's beautiful. We also have it in gray. That's another one that's very popular because, again, it goes with any kind of kitchen decor. And then finally, I have it in pomegranate too, which is that beautiful, beautiful color. Everybody that orders is going to get the recipe guide with this twister jar. The twister jar is great for doing like your nut butters and things that have harder ingredients that you want to incorporate, and you use a little twister to keep them going. You get the spatula, there's the lid, the larger 90-ounce vessel is included. Your owner's manual gives you ideas and answers if you have any questions about it. And keep in mind also that Blendtec would love for you to go online and get the bulk of their recipes there. And I love that they were like, you know what? We don't want to waste paper. Come join us. We got great tips and great ideas.
Thousands of recipes.
Go and get more recipes over there. And of course, the lovely Casey Savage is with us today. And you know what I love about doing the presentations with you?
Besides the food.
Yeah, besides that you feed me all the time, is the fact that nothing is complicated. And I love, like, she's so calm and relaxed. And this is a long presentation with lots of demonstrations. But because what we did, we just put the ingredients in front of her. And all she does, she puts them in and she hits a button. It's not like, there's no saute pan, there's no like, oh my God, I have to do this.
No sweat.
There's no timer. No, you are so relaxed.
It's so simple.
It should be, and I think a lot of people get intimidated by a mixer or a blender. You don't have to be.
Absolutely not. Okay, I want to show you this. See how I just turned it on lightly and it says there's this little error code? I want you to see this because here's what happens. Safety feature built in. If you touch something too lightly, it won't let you use it. So imagine your cat tips your blender over while you're not home and its little paw hits.
See, cats will do weird things.
Yeah, cats can get sneaky. Unless you push it with intention, it will not turn on. So built-in safety feature, 8-year warranty. This jar is Triton copolyester. You could drop it and throw it across a room. It'll stand by. This is how you feed a family for under $1 with something really healthy and delicious. I press that juice button. Carrots, 1 raw carrot, 1 wedge pineapple. The rest is just ice cubes and some water. That is it. You can add in a little knob of ginger. So for anyone that says, oh, healthy food is really expensive, it's too costly.
Juices are expensive at the juice place.
They actually are, but here's what they know that you don't know. It costs them less than $1 to make what they are selling you for $7 or $8.
For $7 or $8.
So look at how beautiful that is. And while that's whirling away, I want to remind you that you also get the twister jar, which is for your thicky and sticky, whether it's your hummus, whether you're doing your nut butters, whether you're doing your pestos, even if you're, doing something that's a very, very thick milkshake, you would do it in here.
Yep.
So I just want to pour that carrot juice before we take a look at the nut butter. I'm about to do almond butter. So we've used it as a green mill, doing rice earlier on. We used it as a nut butter maker, used it as an ice cream maker, a soup maker. This is 8 appliances in one and the last blender you will ever own. You thought you liked the last one? Give that a little sip.
And I'm a huge fan of carrot juice. I love it, but it's expensive at the juice store.
Yeah, and you know what? If you
gotta wait.
And if you get it, it's been sitting there too long. Sometimes they pasteurize these things and they've got kind of that dark orange. gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
I find carrot juice to be so refreshing, and it's so great, especially if you're doing a workout or things like that, to have all your electrolytes and all those vitamins going into your body. And everything is broken down because remember, there's, you know what I love to? No bits or pieces, pure, smooth, no chunks of carrot. And carrot's hard. That's a hard vegetable to chop.
It is. So here I've got nuts, and I want to talk about the power again. You talk about that well-known high-end $600 blender, pound for pound, apples to apples. If you look up a comparison chart, we have more power.
Yeah.
We do soup in 3 minutes. Theirs is 5 to 6. This is smaller, it fits on your countertop. Theirs you have to take apart. This is such a great investment for anyone that wants to have control over their health. Check this out. So I can stop now, which I'm not going to, but I want to show you this really briefly. If you're doing an almond crust for whatever it happens to be, right? Or almond flour. There we go. We've got our almond flour. Pop it back on and I can turn it into nut butter.
Watch, you'll see how quickly it incorporates all those grains, and now it's starting to warm it up, and it's turning it into a butter. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I love how you can see it with your own eyes. You wonder, there's no magic to it. It's power.
Yeah,
and look
like,
at this.
how did it do that?
Oh my
it's
gosh.
so simple. Does that not look?
Oh, it smells so good.
It smells so good. Almond butter is actually more expensive than peanut butter when you go to the grocery store. And you can make it yourself. You can even do mixed nuts. You can do a combination of, you can add some cocoa powder if you want to make it a chocolatey spread. I made
I put honey in mine. I think that's really good too.
You could add some honey. You could add some cinnamon. I did a dark chocolate hummus the other day at a party.
That's crazy.
Graham crackers that you dip into it, and it was honestly just chickpeas, bit of tahini, cocoa powder, and a little bit of maple syrup. OMG, it was delicious. So and with my Blendtec blender, it was like, you need a dessert, we're done.
Grab it while you can, really quickly. $49.99 on FlexPay if you'd like to get it home. It's free shipping and handling. It'll come to your door. You try it for 30 days, and I swear you'll probably never let it go. You will hug it every day because you'll be like, my goodness, it does so many different things. And we're just scratching the surface. Honestly, Casey, you could talk for a whole day about this thing. It just goes on and on. 8-year warranty. And that's huge. That's unheard of in the business, in any category, to have an 8-year warranty. That's a company that stands behind the product. You'll get it delivered for only the $49 plus your tax, because shipping and handling is free, right to your front door. It's a customer pick. Watch this. What are we doing now?
Corn kernels. So if you've ever had a corn kernel stuck in your tooth, you know it's like the equivalent of a rock. It is so hard.
Yeah, they're rough.
So I'm using this again as a green mill. Imagine making your, whether it's polenta, whether you're doing grits, you need that cornmeal. This is how you get cornmeal. You throw in your kernels of corn and you do it fresh. And in
I'm
just
dying to see this because I love cornmeal and and corn tortillas and things like that, so watch.
Oh my gosh, even if you're using it to bread your chicken strips in and you want to use corn instead of flour, you can do that. So we literally took it from corn to cornmeal and with zero effort. Back in the day, you'd have to get a grain mill to accomplish this, or you just go to the store, you buy that big bag of cornmeal, you use 2 tablespoons, and then it sits there for 2 years.
Or live near a river and have like 2 big giant grinding stones and a water wheel and all that stuff. You can do this yourself, guys. And I think that's the thing. A lot of people are intimidated by a super powered blender, but listen, blending is all about power. That's the first building block is, let's build a motor that's powerful and one that lasts. They went over 1,500 watts of power, and they gave it an 8-year warranty. Well, I don't know, like I said, I don't know car batteries or car companies that will give you an 8-year warranty. So it's phenomenal. What do we make? Is that, as soon as you made that Jolly Green smoothie, Valerie came back again.
I know. Guess what's in
What are you eating? Are you eating?
She's eating brownie batter.
She's eating brownie batter.
Back. Does she even work here?
She's off. She's actually, she can be going home, but she's like, everything looks, look at, we busted you.
Yeah, there she is.
Look, She's eating brownie batter.
Well, you know
in
what?
a dress.
This will make this will make her conscience feel better after the brownie batter because we're using almond milk in this green smoothie. So it's non-dairy, it's smooth, creamy, and delicious.
Yeah.
If you're someone that loves smoothies, if you're someone that wants to get more fruits and veggies into your diet, I mean, who does get the 8 to 10, the suggested servings, right? This is the best way to do it. Is that not fresh? And
that's the best one.
That's your favorite?
You know what? Did you put banana in this one?
Yeah, there's banana.
Yeah, I love a little banana in a smoothie. It just makes it richer.
But it's the almond milk to taste.
Is that what you put in?
That's our fresh almond milk.
So there's nothing artificial inside here. So when you eat this, and by the way, to try to get all those helpings of fruits and vegetables every day, I agree with all the ads for all the other machines. It's like, there's no way you're gonna eat that stuff. Put it in a drink. Take it with you to work. And I'm not saying you have to get rid of your coffee. What I'm saying is have your coffee, but have one of these when you want to be energized. Coffee, it tastes great and we love it. We have it here, our West Rock company, we love it, but you can't drink coffee all day.
You can also blend your coffee and turn it into a frappe. You can turn it into a latte. I made a turmeric latte the other day. It was unreal and delicious, and I just popped it into the Blendtec.
I just like saying frappe.
Frappe.
I wanna make a frappe.
Latte.
They all every day, yeah, all day you can make a frappe and latte.
How about ice cream again?
This is the best, all right?
Is that not delicious?
I don't know if I like this or the cabbage ice cream. That was really good
What about blueberry ice cream? So this time we're going full fat. We've got cream, we've got blueberries, we've got ice, we've got
that's good.
A little bit of honey that you can add in here as well. So I power it up and then I press that little ice cream cone. And then you and I can walk away.
Yeah.
So we're concentrating on desserts, but you can see how, and you know the engine starts to rev up, right? So now it's going slow. It's
slowing down.
It's saying first I've got to get the ice, and it's pre-programmed. So when you get this at home, then it ramps up.
So smart. Well, it knows that the ice needs to fall down a little bit, which it does.
Exactly. So when you get this at home and you hear it slow down and growl and then rev up, it's on purpose. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at our ice cream. Nothing is more delicious than a fresh frozen dessert, and now you don't have to purchase a separate appliance to get that done, right? So.
And remember, if you put this in a container, it'll set up because it's going to be soft serve right out of the machine. But look at how beautiful that is. And you know, look at the color. Excuse me for reaching in front of you.
You can do whatever you want. You know what?
I'm
like a purist. I love lemon zest. Just vanilla with some lemon zest in there. You can do cardamom ice cream. You can get really gourmet and really impress people.
That's the best ice cream you've made. So
That beats
that beats the cabbage, I have to say. I'm a huge, I make blueberry pies. I love blueberry.
Blueberry, I love using wild blueberries.
Blueberry's good for you.
Blueberries are so good for you. Now, don't forget you're getting that little you're not getting the go jar, but it's brand new and you can pick up on that go jar. And the reason why you'd want to pick up on it is it allows you to do your own customizable, small size smoothies. So here we're doing a peanut butter chocolate, and I just power it up just like so. Fire that up for a little bit. And don't forget, with this little go jar, which is brand new today, as an added bonus, will fit on any Blendtec blender, whether you pick one up today or you picked one up over the past year. You can also insert one of your favorite little plastic cups inside the jar and serve it up just like that. By
the way, that's $89 against $129, which is the regular price. We dropped the little go jar, $40. You can pick that up, and that's available on FlexPay too. So this is a way to be able to take your stuff with you to work.
Exactly.
Those of you that are, are drinking shakes or whatever it is, or you've got some special concoctions you bring to work, every day you can do that. It has the easy pour little lid on the top, so you can take it right with you. So this would be great for your health drinks or whatever it is, whatever you're making.
For dressings, for salad dressings. I make up a whole batch.
And make them ahead of time. They're actually really good. If you make them ahead of time and let them set up in the refrigerator, then your dressings will get thicker and thicker, and it's wonderful to do that
Delicious.
Too.
Okay,
this has got me going. I see cilantro hummus.
Yeah, cilantro hummus. Wait until you taste this. It's all about fresh. Anytime you're using your Blendtec blender, you know it's not pre-packaged. You know it's not a frozen food. You know it's not loaded with sodium. You're making it from scratch. So think about this as your first step to living a better life, to getting healthier, to feeling great, backed by an 8-year warranty, made in Orem, Utah, 400 families working their tails off to get you the world's most advanced blender. And that's what Blendtec is, the world's most advanced blender. So let me get going. This is the little twister jar. This will be ready in about 10 seconds. And by the way, if you're someone that wants a little motivation and inspiration when you're deciding to cook healthier and eat healthier, this also counts up. So every time I turn this blender on, I've only used this one twice, but mine at home is into the thousands of blends. So I get to look at it. It counts them up. It keeps track. So you can look at it and go, wow, I've used this 5,000 times, 10,000 times, 20,000 times. Okay, you have to give that a taste. If you love cilantro.
Do I have to? What, are you kidding me?
If you love
the color.
Just a zing of flavor. Hummus doesn't always have to be plain old chickpeas, tahini, and lemon juice. Is that not fresh? Flavorful, delicious.
You know what? If they put that out in a restaurant, I wouldn't eat anything else. I'd be like, no, I'm good.
And it's so easy to do. Why do restaurants only have plain old hummus when you can just take it to the next level with some cilantro? How hard is that?
But the mixing is the part that incorporates all the flavor.
Yeah, exactly. But if you don't have the right tools, you can't get the job done. At Blendtec, we like to say that this is the last blender you will ever own. Good. And that's a good thing. Yeah. Because you won't need another blender. It won't be out at the garage sale or the yard sale come springtime like so many other blenders. The reason why Blendtec blenders have such a huge cult following is because this is a company that has one simple task: creating the world's most advanced blender. They have a room in their facility in Orem, Utah. And by the way, the front door looks like a blender at Blendtec. It's the coolest thing. I think we can take a look at it. We have a picture of it. Yeah, they actually made an enormous blender at the front door. So this is what it looks like. Orem, Utah, nestled in the bottom of the mountains. Look at that. There's the huge front door is a giant blender jar.
The entryway to Flavor Town.
This is a company, as they make those direct drives, everything is all metal. Plastic is what breaks down on blenders. We don't have any of that. It's all automated. 400 families work their tails off. But here's what I love about Blendtec. On site, they have a gym. They have a nutritionist. They have doctors. They are working hard to live the lifestyle that they are preaching about healthier America, healthier you. And globally, Blendtec blenders are used. This is a facility that for over almost 40 years has been devoted to making the world's most advanced blender, and mission accomplished.
Yeah. This is a coconut lime slush that you just made. I love the different things that we're making here, because across the board, everything is so good and all natural. And you know, you're sitting there thinking about organic.
You want to give that a little taste?
Yeah, I'm just
Hang on.
My senses are just freaking out. They're like,
I don't know how you're going to get to a straw.
I got to get over here.
Now, this is an adult cocktail that is another Blendtec recipe. Hello. It's
really good.
Do you need a beach towel? Do you need a lounge chair? Do you feel like you're at a resort?
I do live near the beach. If I could get this home quick enough. That's just, yeah, I honestly, it's like overload. My mouth is watering now from the lime in there. But every single thing has been delicious. And it just goes to show you, when you use natural ingredients and you use fresh ingredients, that's what a good restaurant does. A good restaurant just sources really good fruits and veggies and fish and whatever they serve, and they hire a decent chef. I mean, that's really what's the most important thing. Start off with really good ingredients and have a way to incorporate them together. That's what Blendtec does. We have about 5 minutes left in the presentation. I wish you would pick it up, because I know it can make a difference. And I like your point that if you're looking to live a healthy lifestyle or a healthier lifestyle, you need something to launch you off in that direction.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you need to go buy a box of powdered mixes at your local supermarket, because that's going to do it. What is that? That's all artificial. That's everything that's been processed. This is unprocessed, real food, and yet you're blending it together and you're getting these wonderful combinations that are so awesome. You know, putting the cilantro together with hummus, obviously great idea. But no matter what you're mixing up, you're going to get great results every time, because remember, the brain inside knows when to speed up, knows when to slow down, knows when it needs more power. Normally, you got a blender. It's got what? High, low, medium, whisk, whip. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. Crush? Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. But this has a brain inside, and it's going to make life easier. If you buy it today, because I'm running out of time, if you buy it today, remember, it's only $49.99. That's flex pay. That's how we divide the price up, so you don't have to pay for it all at once. You get the product in a week. It's free shipping and handling. You try it out for 30 days. If you don't love it, you can return it. You get 8 years of warranty on this, and I encourage you to read about that. Not many companies do that. Not many companies give you 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. 8 years on the warranty. That's because, I mean, you look at their facility, you can see how proud they are of what they do. They put that pride into this product, and that's why so many thousands and thousands of people have picked it up here, and obviously even more across the world. But anyway, we have a couple more demos.
We do, and you know, the bottom line is why Blendtec over any other blender? It's the world's most advanced blender. It has a square jar. If you've ever seen a square jar, it's a Blendtec blender. Why square? It forces the ingredients down. Here's what we don't have, a stir wand on the top of our blender because we don't need it.
Or a tampon thing.
Or a turn it off.
Yeah.
Or there's no guesswork either. How would I know with the other blenders when I get the perfect smoothie results? You still have to turn it off yourself and take a sip and guess and put it back on. Here I'm doing something customizable. I'm doing peanut butter cookies in your blender. So now it's replacing your stand mixer as well. And all I'm going to do is just power it up a little bit. We've got flour, we've got peanut butter, we've got a little bit of milk that we added in here as well. And you can see how quickly we get those results. Pop it off and take a look at this. I mean, don't forget you get your spatula as well, but I want to show you this. Look at how perfect that is. Put it into the fridge to chill, and then you can roll it or just drop it. I like to just take I know a lot of people are purists with peanut butter cookies. They like to spoon their peanut butter cookies on. I like to just drop them. Get your fork, poop, imprint, and away you go.
So simple. I mean, we've done, you go from breakfast, lunch, to dinner, to treats, to snacks, to healthy foods. And you know, honestly, having a machine that makes it that easy, that's the whole thing. What are you making now?
I'm making those ever popular and ever so expensive protein balls. When you buy at the store, those little power balls, those cost a fortune. But here's the thing. You can make it at home. We've got fruit, we've got dates. Mix it all up.
Oh, you just kicked it in.
Mix it all up, and then you're just going to grab your spatula, get your ingredients out.
Right, and if it's a little chunky, that's good because you want some texture inside there.
Oh my gosh, I wish you could feel this.
Are they warm?
Is so warm to the touch. I like to make my protein balls to be, you know, basically an size of an entire meal.
Yeah, substantial.
You could roll it in some coconut if you want, but look at how perfect that is. We've got dates, we've got lemon zest. You could put your protein powder, your collagen powder. If you're a foodie, if you've got a family, or if you're into fitness, this is the all-in-one, replaces 8 appliances, perfect tool for the kitchen. I'm gonna eat my little protein.
Go ahead, and by the way, we are just about out of time. I'd love you to get this. When are you coming back, my dear? You on in a couple hours? When are you on?
I'm here all day.
All day. All right. Well, eventually you will get to see Casey here. But I encourage you to get it. Remember all the colors that we have available. We have Seafoam and Orchid, which are exclusive here at HSN. I have it available in black. I have it available in pomegranate. And I also have it available in slate gray. Those are very popular. There's your color choices. Less than a $50 bill to get it home. Hey, listen, you know, if you wanna be healthy, live healthy, eat healthy, you're gonna need a little bit of help. Get the machine the professionals opt for every single time. But don't pay $600, pay less than half that. Great job, Ms. Casey. Thanks so much for being here, providing us with wonderful food. Hey, guess what's next? Gardening with me. See ya.